Oh my God. Trying to put a spell on you. When you're disobedient to God. Adam lost the objective, for he was disobedient. He was a witch. When you are disobedient to God, you are a witch. You're trying to persuade God to do what you want him to do. My God. Lord, where did this word come from to this? Where did the word come from to this? A witch! He lost his way.
Yes.
You can't afford to lose your way. Have I done my best for Jesus? You cry, you sing the song today, I will give you all. A person who gives their all is focused.
Yes.
A person who gives their all panted after God. A person who gives their all, even in their sleep, they're crying to God for more. A person who wants all, going after God.
Yes, yes.
My spirit goes after God, maker of heaven and earth.
Amen.
My soul, how can I get near? Paul wanted to be near. Oh, if I could know him.
Right. No.
Oh, if I could know him. And then he said, fellowship.
Yes.
And the fellowship. Yes. Fellowship to me, communion.
Yes.
One with the other, sharing everything.
Right. Good and bad.
All things in common.
Yes.
I want to have God in common with me.
Yes.
Or vice versa. I want to have everything in common with God.
Yes.
Huh? I'm not trying to bewitch God. But I'm trying to have everything in common with him.
Yes. Right.
Let them be one as we are one.
Right.
I am them and them in me. Jesus said.
Right.
Oneness.
Yes.
Oneness. That's not a witch. That's a lover of God.
Come on.
Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Somebody say amen. That's a lover of God, not a witch. But Adam lost his way. Many of us have lost our way because we want God to fall in our categories. We want God to conform to what we desire. We have lost the objective. We have lost why he placed us where he did. We're like that sheep who consumed carnality and got lost. And was devoured by the fox. Was devoured by the mountain foxes. Oh my God. Somebody understand. Have I done my best for Jesus? Huh? Have I done my best for Jesus? When he has done so much for me. Last point. Adam lost his way because he failed to remind himself of why he was placed there. He failed to remind himself of how and why he was placed there. He failed to remember the circumstances of his presence in the garden. He failed to remember that it was God that made him in his own image. He failed to remember that when God appeared before him, he saw him face to face. Do you know why we can't see God face to face? Because sin is in our vessel. But Adam was able to see Jesus face to face, for he looked like him. And he talked to him. And he walked with him. And many things were dispensed during the conversation, my God. He failed to remember. But I'm here to tell you, don't forget to remember. Don't forget to remember where the Lord brought you from. Don't forget to remember how he brought you out all right. Don't forget to remember that he put his spirit in you. Don't forget to remember that he speaks to you. Don't forget to remember that he put you in his church. Don't forget to remember.
Amen. Come on. Praise the Lord.
When you forget where you're coming from. You're like a ship without a sail.
Yes.
Praise
the Lord.
When you forget where you're coming from, mother, you're bound to be lost.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
When you forget who you are lost.
Already.
My God. Some of us don't want to associate ourselves with where we're coming from. We don't want to associate ourselves with our own country. We don't want to associate ourselves. But if you can't remember who you are, you're lost.
Right.
Adam lost his way. When Satan came before him and tempted Eve, and he brought that garbage before him, amen to God, he failed to remember what God did for him. He failed to remember those walks he had with God. He failed to remember those conversations that he had with Jesus. He failed to remember. When you fail to remember, you are doomed.
Yes.
You're set for destruction.
Jesus.
My God. I will give you all.
Yes.
I will give you all.
Yes.
Amen to God. Many of us are going down the hill. Many of us are doomed because we have forgotten.
Yes.
We have forgotten the glory. We've forgotten the blessing. We've forgotten how he brought us a mighty long way. We have forgotten what Jesus did for us. And we have plummeted into carnality. But what will you do when the last trumpet sounds? What will you do when you come before Jesus? What will you say? How will you justify yourself? Will you try to bewitch him? He rebel? What will he say about you? What will the Lord say about you? Will he say, good and faithful servant, come into this, my Lord, or your Lord? Or will he say, get away from me, I know you not, you unfaithful servant? Say, Lord, I know thou art an austere man, one in something you never planted. Or will you come say, Lord, you gave me 5 and I've come back with 10. I've used what you've given me and I've gotten usury or a profit on it. Or will you hear the part? It's time to search ourselves. Have I done my best for Jesus? Have you given him your all? Hear the word of the Lord tonight. This morning. Hear the word of the Lord this morning. The Lord is looking for your all. He's searching for your all. Stand your knees.
My sacrifice is less than giving you my very best. Let me remember Calvary's cross and be willing to surrender. I will give you all, Jesus. I will give you all. If all is that you ask of me.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper.